How's it going, everybody? Rob here with another topic video. You guys all probably already know, well, since the title. But anyways, we're responding to Help Eugenia Cooney. Dislikes are through the roof, and I have to ask, this is a question that's been on my mind for a while. It's interesting, or at least I don't consider it a question, but it's interesting that Onision finds it harassment or psychotic if multiple people do videos on him, but it's perfectly fine for him to do video after video after video on people like Eugenia Cooney and some of the people that he's harassed in the past. Yeah. Somebody please tell me how that's logical, because I'm not seeing it. Now, first off, the funniest thing about this whole video is he goes off by saying, let's talk about something that really matters. No, it doesn't really matter. It matters to nobody about this whole Eugenia Cooney thing. She's getting the help she needs. There's no real reason to talk about it anymore. For some reason, you want to obsessively talk about it, but, you know, what do I know? He even goes off to say that he makes videos that people care about. How many people really care about your harassment towards Eugenia Cooney? That would be zero. He goes off claiming that people are quote-unquote paparazzi. Like, if they see somebody who's like famous on YouTube, they'll, you know, take a picture or take multiple pictures, which from what it looks like, there's no other pictures of Eugenia Cooney, and they just took a picture to see if, you know, hey, it's Eugenia Cooney, whatever. And he goes off saying that, you know, people are paparazzi because they take pictures of you. No, that's not really the case. A paparazzi, at least how it usually is, and I quote TMZ as one of those people, is a group of people that will, you know, obsessively try to take pictures or collect dirt on an individual for a hit piece. At least that's what it seems like for, you know, let's say the public or whatever. But it's just one picture, and you go off by saying, oh, somebody took a picture of me, which that's not a crime. People can, you know, if it's a public place, people can, you know, take your picture without you getting permission. But then again, different states have their own different laws and so on, but, you know, usually if it's a public place, it's not a crime to take somebody's picture. Especially, let's say, if you're, you know, doing something for film or photography or whatever. Now, the biggest thing that he starts to talk about is the jokes and the harassment that he has spewed towards Eugenia Cooney. He justifies it, which I don't know why he's trying to justify it at this point. It's, at this point, futile to justify these actions. But he claims that he makes jokes about, you know, people like Billy the Fridge and many others, and makes it all right that everything he's done was just jokes. Okay, you dressing up Eugenia Cooney, making it seem like she's only eating pieces of rice and right afterwards throwing up is not harassment. Where am I seeing the logic? You making videos where you're, for the most part, zooming in on parts of her body and acting disgusted. Does that not, or would that not be considered harassment? Where are the jokes in this? Oh wait, was you telling your fans to contact help hotlines to try to force her to get help a joke? Just wondering, because that's not, you know, the best way to go about it. Which I have to point out something, and when it comes to quote unquote jokes, if you're willing to dish out jokes towards people, or, you know, say something towards somebody, then you better expect when people dish it right back. Because if you can't, then why the hell are you making jokes about people? I say this, and this is kind of going into the whole criticism thing. Because you like to criticize people, you like to criticize people's religions, their cultures, their beliefs, their lifestyles, whatever. But when people criticize you, what do you intentionally do? You try to take down videos. You try to slander people. You have tried to copyright claim people's videos. You've made false cease and desist letters. Do you see the point that I'm getting at? Is if you're going to dish out certain criticism or comedy, because, you know, I'm going to say this, in my perspective of comedy, it in the sense is like criticism with witty wordplay as well as storytelling. But if you can't dish it out, or if you can't take it, then don't dish it out. Now, he goes off by saying, like, how could we help Eugenia and Cooney? At this point, I know it would be somewhat controversial, but as somebody who is looking outside, I'm going to say this, and I've said this many times, people like me or Onision or random people on the internet shouldn't be getting involved if we aren't a part of her life. That's, in this situation, her and her family to deal with. If she wants to get the help, then the sad truth is it's only up to her. We can't force her to do something that she doesn't want to do. As horrible that sounds, it's even more unethical to try to force her to do it. Look, just like anybody else, I would want her to get the help she would need. But I wouldn't feel good about it if I tried to force her to do so. Not to mention harassing her to get help. Like you're doing. But continuing with this whole thing, like let's humor Onision. The first thing he mentions is to be supportive. Of course, being supportive, like showing that you care, not making harassment videos, and so on. That's a way of being supportive. Showing that maybe somebody who is like, you know, actually for some people, I know Onision is against this, you know, wishing Eugenia Cooney well. Hoping that she, you know, is whatever she's going through, that she makes through it. And for some people, you know, saying a prayer or two. Now, with the whole supportive thing, he does mention the fact that, you know, people have uploaded, re-uploaded his videos. And says, he's like, okay, I've deleted all my videos, which I'm pretty sure he probably didn't. He probably privated them. One of Onision's downsides, it seems like, is pride. So, more than likely, every single video is privated. So, when this whole thing blows over, he probably will republish them. Or at least put them as public. But he goes off by saying, be as good as me, in a sense, and delete the videos. I have a feeling those people aren't going to delete those videos because they still want to show how much of a scumbag Onision has been towards Eugenia Cooney. So, let's move on. Now, the next thing is he talks about avoiding triggers and images and videos, which okay, this is straight up talking about the videos that have been talking against him and his actions. He doesn't like those videos, so he's telling people flat out to try to get those removed. Okay. Next thing he titles it as cutting dead weight, or cut out dead weight, claiming that Eugenia Cooney should cut ties with everybody that has not, in Onision's eyes, helped her with her recovery. Where do you get off telling people to do that? I think more, and I just, as I just discussed, more than likely, those people wanted to help her, but ultimately they can't force her to get the help they need, or the help that she needs. So they did everything they could that was within their power to, try to help her. So where do you get off saying that she needs to cut ties with people? Especially since you ultimately haven't had the best, best experience with people, trying to help you with some of the issues you've had, and you proceeded to tell them to fuck off. Now, I'm not going to respond to the rest of it because it's basic stuff, to help with your recovery. Try to find something like an external stimulus, like, let's say, exercise, or, other things that would keep your mind off of, your situation. Making sure you eat, taking care of yourself, and so on. Making sure you wear clothes that won't allow you to relapse, which at this point, that's stuff that I can understand when it comes to these sort of situations, and trying to recover from a let's say a food disorder or eating disorder. But to be perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure, and again, I have to mention the fact that Onision really has no point in saying this, because more than likely, if Eugenia Cooney is going to a doctor right now to discuss this or go through this, I'm pretty sure they have told her these exact same things. And again, why should she listen to you with all the harassment that you have put on her? There's really no reason. And at this point, and I know you want to try to deny it, and by the way, when I am recording this, as you guys can see, there are ads on this video, so more than likely, he's not doing this because he cares. He's doing this to try to make a quick buck off of Eugenia Cooney's name. So, Onision, if you want to claim that you care, and you have no other reason to make these videos, then you're full of shit. Anything that you upload is for a quick cash grab. At this point, Eugenia Cooney herself is nothing but a piggy bank to you. So you can stop pretending like you actually care, because you don't. So, with that being said, final thoughts. Again, Onision just needs to stop with these Eugenia Cooney videos. I know somebody will probably say, well then you should stop doing Onision videos. Until he stops, doing stupid shit and harassing people, then I'll probably stop. So, what are your thoughts? Leave in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. This is Rob of Novakast. Have a good one, and take care. Oh, and one last thing for Onision. There you go. One for the road.